Hello, it's good to see you today. I hope you're doing well. I have a craft for us today, and strangely enough, we're using paper because I know people have paper in their houses, so we'll keep doing fun things out of paper and cups and maybe some egg cartons or paper towel rolls. Those are good things to kind of have on hand if you're going to tune in for crafts with me the next couple weeks. But today we're making racing caterpillars. Now, I know when you think of a caterpillar, you don't think about racing, but that's what we're doing today. We're making racing caterpillars. Let me show you a couple of them. Okay, here's one I've made. This one is out of scrapbooking paper. And this little guy, he's just plain white. I put a little face on him. He's just made out of plain old printer paper. This one I thought I would try making out of wrapping paper. And all three of those different items all work, but they change how you actually go about making them race. So let's make a couple caterpillars today. It's very simple, but it's a good practice for measuring. So let me move my little caterpillars here. I'm going to need a ruler and a pencil so you can mark things that you're measuring. A pair of scissors, some paper. This is a piece of printer paper, scrapbooking paper. Let's see, I've got this one is wrapping paper. Just different weights of paper. You could try advertisements, you could try some cardstock, just different things, because that's part of today's activity, is to experiment and see which one works best for you. And then you're going to need a couple straws, but you won't need those until the end. Well, let's get started. Now the first caterpillar I'm going to make is out of just a piece of printer paper here. Let's show you what we're going to do. You need to do some measuring. So you need your ruler and your pencil. Now the first thing I'm going to measure is from the side. This needs to be 1.5 inches wide. 1.5 inches wide. Now there are lots of different ways you can measure. You can go right here. Here's the 1.5. There's 1.5. I'll turn that around so you can see it better. 1.5. You put it right on the edge of the paper. So we're going to mark just a little mark right here to show that that is 1.5 inches in from the edge. And now we're going to go further to this side and we'll do the same thing. 1.5. Little guys, you can get somebody to help you out with that, some parents, some older siblings. Now you're going to put your ruler and line up those two marks and hold your ruler down tight and then draw a line along the edge. See, there's the line. The next thing I need you to do is we're going to measure 7 inches this way. 7 inches this way. So we're going to put the ruler right on the end of the paper. Come up here, here's the 7, and there's a line right there. So we're going to put the line right there. And slide it up here. You can do the same thing. So you've got two little lines, 7. And then you connect those. Push down the ruler when you get them lined up. There. I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to come right down. I'm going to cut the big strip off first. And then the little side here. And then just put that over there and you're done with your scissors. You've got one piece of paper. It's 1.5 inches wide and 7 inches long. See that? The next thing I need you to do is we're going to fold this in half, long, from the side to side. Okay, going to make it shorter. Take the big long side and fold it over. Like a hamburger, if you're doing that. Doesn't really look like a hamburger, but that's okay. Now we're going to open it up. See, we've got a fold in the middle. We're going to make some folds on either side of this. The way you fold this is very important. Starting with just half, take this one end and fold it in till it meets the fold in the middle. And then push the crease down. I use the back of my thumbnail to do that. It just works well for me. And then you're going to take this end again with a fold on it and fold it again. And then squish it down. Make sure that's a nice tight fold. Turn it the other way. I'm going to do the same thing. Take the end and fold it to the middle. And then after you folded it the first time, you're going to fold it again. Take that end with the fold on it and fold it into the middle also. Fold it down nice and tight, and then fold the whole thing in half. So lots of folds in this. Don't unfold it yet. Now we're going to cut. If it helps, you can draw some lines on here. We're not going to cut through the folds. So we're going to come around the edge. We're going to even this off because we're going to make it rounder on the sides. So I'm going to cut off the corners like that in a curved way. So it's not straight like a triangle, but it's curved. Now, it's not exactly the same on each side, but you know how this works. It doesn't matter whether it's exactly the same or not. So now I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut through all layers of the fold. And I'm going to cut right around the edge. There. There's still a lot of the fold of it that's hooked together. We don't want to cut the whole way through the fold, just the sides. There we go. See that? Okay, now carefully, you're not going to flatten this out. You're just going to open it up and try and leave the folds in there. So there's one side. And really very gently, we'll unfold the other side. There's the end. See the shape that it makes? I'm going to take a marker. You can use your pencil, or you can have markers so you can decorate. I'm going to put some little eyes here and a little smiley face. There we go. There's my caterpillar. See that? Let's make another one just because it will help you remember the directions. This time I'm going to use some scrapbooking paper. Do the same thing again. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to write on the back side of this one. Do you remember how wide it needs to be? The strip? 1.5 inches. Turn it this way so you can see better. 1.5 inches. So put your ruler at the very end. There's 1 and halfway through before you get to 2. And you're going to put another line up here, 1.5, and put a mark there. And then draw a line that goes through both of these. I don't need to go all the way to the end of the paper because I only need 7 inches, and this is longer than 7 inches. So now we're going to measure here. Go put your ruler all the way to the end of the paper and find the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put a mark there. I'm not going to draw a line across that because it's pretty short. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Put your ruler and your pencil over here. Now you need your scissors. I'm going to start with a strip. I'm going to cut from the top down. And when I get here, I'm just going to cut straight across at that little mark, just like that. And then slide my paper over here. I did not cut very straight, so I'll just even that up. There we go. Do you remember what to do next? Fold it in half, the long ways. There we go. So I got marker on the back of my fingernail. Fold it in half, using the back of my thumb to push down that fold. Scrapbooking paper is heavier, so you may need a little help with cutting it and getting the seams, that sounds like I'm sewing, the folds nice and tight. And this one's the hardest one, so hold that there, and this side is going to get folded up nice and tight also. turn it over. The end comes to the middle. Fold and push it down. The end comes to the middle and push it down. Then the whole thing gets folded in half. Squish it down tight. I'm going to round off the corners. This is very thick, so if you need help cutting, make sure you ask somebody. I don't want you to cut yourself. Make sure we leave some of the fold there. If we cut through the fold, we won't have a caterpillar. We'll have a pile of little ovals. There we go. Gently open it up. You want it to be curvy, remember? So as you open it up, be very gentle. Try not to flatten it out. There we go. You can see that we've got the good curve to it. We put some eyes on it. This is our brown caterpillar. He's got stripes on him. There, now you've got two different caterpillars. You may be wondering, what are you supposed to do with the straw? I'll show you. I'm going to take the straw, and you know how the caterpillars, they've got little segments, right? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the front, there are 8 segments from the head to the tail. Now, if you look, start at the tail. 1, 2, 3. See this bend in between the third and fourth one from the tail? Oops, I'm sorry. See that right there? That's going to be your main spot. I'm going to put a little dot there with my pencil. Right there. See that? Let me show you why. You're going to take your straw, and you're going to blow through your straw, but you're going to blow gently. Don't blow too hard, or it's going to blow right off the table. Look, you can make your caterpillar move. So let's make him go this way. I'm blowing down. See, I'm blowing, and it's going at an angle, blowing this way. And the air pushes the caterpillar down, and when you stop blowing, it popped back up again. So I'm using little puffs of air as I go along. Now let's try this one. Can we do this one? This is 1, 2, 3. So if you need to put a little dot there so you remember, that's where you're going to be aiming your air. Oh, mine's stuck on the newspaper. Let's try this. See if we can get him over there. What do you think of that? You can experiment with how hard you're going to blow. If you blow really hard, you get spit all over your caterpillar. Not recommended. And if you blow really hard, it can blow right off the edge of the table. The tougher the paper, the firmer or stiffer the paper you're using, the more air you're going to need to use to make your caterpillar move. It's really fun. You can have races with people. That's why I had 2 straws. Mr. Bill was going to come down and have a race with me, but I think he's working on something right now. So you can have people line up your caterpillars. You can even draw a start and finish line. Look, we'll do a start and finish line. Start and finish. Finish. And start. It's always good to have newspaper down. We talk about that every week, don't we? And these caterpillars are going to go over here and say, hey, are you going to come over and see us? I don't know if you can see them or not. Do you see them? Nope, they weren't even in the picture. They're over here watching. Hello. Hello. So they're going to wait at the end. Let's see if I can make my yellow one go. Yay! And here's the brown one. Oh no, he got kind of, see how his back is kind of bent in? He needs to be bent up some more. There we go. Let's try that. Nope. He doesn't want to go anywhere. But these little caterpillars are really easy to make. So you can make lots of them. You can decorate them. You can have races with your family and see which caterpillars win. Is it the lightweight caterpillars made out of printer paper or wrapping paper, or the heavier papers made out of scrapbooking paper or poster board or cardstock? Which one works best for you? I look forward to hearing which ones win your races. Have a great day. Bye.